What we came here to do is deliver this two-ship of B-1s to the AMARG. We're sad to see them go. They've been great workhorses, but it's time to put them to sleep. And so we flew in here from Dyess Air Force Base, the 9th Bomb Squadron. We're sad to see her go. She's been a great asset and really good at helping us defend our nation.
You got it, senor.
One of the things that I talk about when I get a chance to talk to the employees of AMARG is I talk about what we do here. Do we store airplanes? We sure do. But that's not what's important about us for the Department of Defense. The most important thing we do is support the warfighter through different technologies and through different operations. We have 5 major processes that we do here. The first is storage, which most people are familiar with, taking an airplane, preserving it here and keeping it in the desert for future use.
Our role is to preserve incoming aircraft. Well, we first started out by taping up all the seams of the engine. That's what we're working on, the B-52 back here behind me. And then after that, we sprayed the first coat of rubberized coating, basically to prevent dust and bird intrusion from getting into the engines and trying to keep them as clean as possible.
Most people think we store aircraft just to get rid of them later, but a large number of the aircraft go through what's called regeneration, where we will take them and we will return them to flyable status in order to use them for different programs. For example, we're regenerating F-4s that are used as drones so that our pilots can shoot live missiles at them to identify whether or not they would have been able to hit a target in combat.
These aircraft that were produced in 66, 67, 68, 69, you're rebuilding the aircraft that was made almost 40 years ago and has spent the last 20 years sitting in the desert in storage. So it's a tremendous task to take that airplane out of the desert, rebuild it, and then get it back into flying shape. At least 40% of what we use to regenerate this aircraft will come from another F-4 that's sitting out in the desert.
Each and every day we reclaim about 50 parts off of the aircraft here and send them to keep the aircraft fleet that they have right now current and flying.
We have tons of great parts out here and no sense in letting them go to waste. So 90% of the stuff we pull is just as good as anything as a brand new part. It's just dirty. There's very few parts that I've pulled since I've been out here that were deemed bad.
There is a savings of dollars when we reclaim parts from here at the boneyard, but that's not actually the biggest benefit. The biggest benefit is the largest number of parts we reclaim cannot be bought.
There we go, and that's our job in a nutshell.
And therefore, if without the parts that we reclaim here at the boneyard, we'd stop flying. So it's not as much about money, it's about mission. And the mission would stop if we stop reclaiming parts from here.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
For the most part, we just pull parts and send them in all day, you know, one after another. It's a great job.
So a lot of different things occur here all the time. We also do a little bit of disposal, taking aircraft that nobody has a need for anymore within the entire federal government and actually getting rid of them, cutting them up into tiny pieces and getting rid of them.
And it takes a total about, for C5, processing and shipping out about a week. We're demilling the fuselage of the C5. Basically what we do is we just tear it down, we shred it up, and then we send it off to refineries to be processed into other materials.
I can see we're driving down the road and some of the aircraft and missing wings and missing the canopy. They think, yeah, it's a junkyard or the boneyard. Yeah, but they don't realize that missing wing might be flying in another aircraft. That missing cockpit window could be in another aircraft. Some of us retired military think that that's it, we don't do nothing else, but no, we continue with our mission, helping out the younger soldiers one way or another accomplish their mission.
And now let's take a look at some unique imagery from the boneyard.
The Boeing YAL Airborne Laser Testbed Weapon System now sits decommissioned at the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona. A C-5 Galaxy aircraft sits motionless while clouds pass overhead.